Hello, happy Monday, my savvy service provider scaling to 10K months. Welcome. We are here. Today I am talking about I hit the $1 million revenue mark. This is lifetime revenue in my business. I am so proud, and I have a couple unusual takeaways and a couple things that surprised me that are going to really support you in your business and wherever you're at or wherever you're wanting to scale to. This is just so important to talk about. And I looked up the stats this morning and found that only 1.9% of women-owned businesses make it to the $1 million mark. And that is staggering to me. And so the fact that I've done it on my terms, having 1 to 3 babies, having kids at home, navigating a pandemic, 2 economic recessions at this point, and I've never worked full-time. I've only worked part-time or less. So I also take the month of July off for my business. Like, I know I am not normal, and what I have done is very unique, and I'm so freaking proud of it. And this needs to be normal. I am here to help you make this your normal, because this is what we need. And I will not get on a tangent about women, having more money in their pockets, but I am so, this is my passion-driven focus for my business, is to help other women create and have more money in their business and in their pocket. So that is what we are talking about today. I have 0 notes. Our internet is out. It has been out. I went to my in-laws to try to get internet. So please pardon me if I am not as structured today. I think I'm live streaming this from data. I don't know. So we'll see how long this goes. We're just going to roll with it. My dog is just off kilter because I just went to my in-laws and tried to use their internet. It didn't work, so I came back. So we're just rolling with this today. So say hi, give me your questions. Usually I can have my other screen pulled up and be able to see things. So if I don't see any comments because I'm on my phone, please pardon me. When I get back and, if I see them later, I'll be sure to answer them. That is what we're doing today. We are just rolling with it. And add on to that I am doing a 24-hour gut reset fast. It's if y'all know Dr. Bendy Pills, I'm a big fan, and it's just strategically where I am in my cycle, a great time to do a gut reset. So I am surrendering to the hunger. I am surrendering to the internet and me not having any control over that. So it's just a great lesson for my word of the year, which is surrender. So let's go ahead and dive in. Couple housekeeping things. If you're here, say hi, ask your questions. I want this to be such a great conversation for you, whether you're trying to get to 5K months or 50K months. Ask your questions, leave your comments. You will be entered to win a free sold out strategy sessions. These are 30 minutes of free one-to-one coaching and getting my support in your business. I do not offer these publicly anymore. I took the link down on my profiles. This is something I am gifting to people on a personal one-to-one basis. So if you join live, catch the replay, excuse me, and I've not had the pleasure of connecting with you, we will announce this on Friday and send this out for someone to have a free coaching session. So we can use this time to figure out your breakthrough offer, kind of what your high ticket pivot is going to be, or we can figure out, okay, you've pivoted, but it's not selling. Where is the gap? Are you attracting leads? What is your messaging doing? How is your positioning? Are you attracting the right fit leads? Maybe your calls aren't converting. How do we convert more of those calls? Maybe it is literally how you're handling the sales calls. Maybe it's how you're positioning things in your marketing that we need to go back to. There are so many things that if you're not making the sales and booking the clients you want, there are so many places it could be. I've been in business for 9 years. I've supported clients behind the scenes to scale from $300 a month to $30,000 a month. I am so freaking good at diagnosing problems and finding the gap to close and the kink in the hose. I can help you find that so that you know the best next thing to do, so that you're able to get fully booked and move forward. So these are free coaching sessions. I will offer it to someone who joins live. These are really juicy, and I do not offer them publicly. So that is our housekeeping. Please say hi, ask your questions, whether it's on the replay or live. Even if I can't see you, I'll answer it later. So let's dive in. Again, I have 0 notes. They are all gone. They're on my computer that I can't get access to, and I can't do everything on my phone at once. So let's jump in, because I know I wanted to tell a little bit of the background of this, because when you hear $1 million in revenue, I want to give context for what this looks like. So I started my business 9 years ago, and the two surprising things I'm going to give you are literally for you wherever you are in your business, and I know they're going to support you, and it's what more women need in their business and what I see missing so often. So this is not just me telling you my story, but this is really to help you connect the dots and see how this is possible for you. So 9 years ago, I started my bookkeeping business. My daughter was 2 weeks old. She was literally laying on my chest as I was getting my Pro Advisor certifications done. I set up my own website. I had iPhone pictures for my branding for like 5 years. I started my bookkeeping business. I got referrals from friends and clients and my previous connections in the CPA world. I reactivated my CPA license so people would know I was legit. It was a very organic, grassroots, from my bootstraps kind of, starting a business. 14 months later, I had another baby. I had 2 under 2. I was working literally any spare minutes I could. 2 years after that, I had my third daughter. So I had small children from 2015 to 2018. I had 3 babies, very close in age, back to back. It was bananas. The first 5 years of my business were really focused on literally just having my babies, having them around. We had COVID going on, and my business and growth wasn't the goal. Literally to help pay for groceries was my first goal. Then to put them in quality childcare, because I'm a big fan of Montessori, and that is private daycare and it is not cheap. So having them go to Montessori daycare, having them all in daycare or private schools, that was $3,500 a month. And that was about year 5 of my business. Now I pay for private childcare. I max out my 401k. I provide for their tuition and their schools. And it's just this crazy, I couldn't have envisioned all the money that I could make and use and be resourced and leverage and put back in my community. At that point, I literally just wanted to help pay for groceries and put them in quality daycare. That was all I was trying to do. So about year 5 of my business, I had 3 kids in private childcare and schools. So that was $3,500 a month, right out of the gate. I was at about $5,000, maybe $8,000 a month. I know that I had some big catch-up jobs there, but typically I was capped at $5K a month, and my kids' tuition was $3,500 a month. So there's not a lot of wiggle room for anything else. That is literally my pivotal breakthrough moment where I decided to stop being just a service provider and I started being a fucking CEO. And sorry to cuss, I get really kind of fired up sometimes, but this is something I am always supporting clients with, and this is this shift I can see within them when they stop operating as just a service provider and really step into their CEO shoes. So that is that breakthrough moment. So most of my 1 million in cash has been since I made that pivot. Close to 700,000 of that has been made in the past 3, almost 4 years. So that is wild. And I've done it never working full time. I've done it working around my kids' schedules while they're at school. I mean, my one-to-one clients know I'm supporting them more than that. I will check in on weekends, and I definitely am in their back pocket way more than just working and being here, but those are just few, and it's not the bulk of my work. The bulk of my work is while my kids are at school. I take the entire month of July off to go to the mountains. I'm literally off the grid. We have to have everything set up, prepped, and done ahead of that time, and I don't have client calls. I have my calls with my own one-to-one coach, because that is the thing. If I tell anyone anything, it's get a one-to-one coach, whether it's me or someone else. That is what's going to help you step into your CEO shoes. That is going to take you from being just a service provider to a multi-6, multi-7, 8-figure business owner. That support is key. So that is something I continue to get even when I take time off. So I'm telling you all this just to give you the evidence, the trajectory that I've been on, and just to show you if I can do it, you can do it. Yes, I'm a unicorn. Only 1.9% of women-owned businesses get to $1 million, and that's not even considering how many kids they have, how much they work. None of that is even factored in. It's just that most women do not get to $1 million in their business, but I have, and I've done it my way, and I'm working with my clients to make this normal. Just a couple weeks ago, one of my clients passed the $1 million mark, which is so exciting. Another one of my clients just this month made her first sale. We'd literally been working together for 19 days when she made a $6,600 sale. So this is all just like, it is so not normal, but in my world with my clients, this stuff is normal. Like, we are making things happen. My clients are pivoting from $4,000 to $40,000 months. Like, this is just so normal, but for the vast majority of people in the online space and online service providers, especially women, this is not normal. So these are the two surprise things I wanted to bring to you today. So the first thing is, I was showing up as a 7-figure business owner before I was one. And this is so freaking important because I know so many business owners who are waiting for their business to prove to them that it's viable, or prove to them that it works, or prove that their offer works, or they're waiting for someone to pay them and buy from them before they believe in their business, before they believe in their offer. And it's such BS. It is so backwards. You have to show up and you have to be that person first. You have to step into those 7-figure, 8-figure, or multi-6-figure, whatever you want to be, whatever your goal is. You have to step in and show up and be that person first. Because I have, worked with so many, even clients who come to me and they are upset if they only had 5 people sign up for a webinar, or they only had this many people in their launch. And it's like, well, the way you get to double and triple those numbers as you show up as a person who has 50 people on your webinar when you only have 4, and you serve the shit out of those people who are there in front of you. That's how you get 50. Like, the online space doesn't just like automatically show up and like hand you the results and hand you, the clients and the cash and the followers and all of that right off the bat. You have to show up and you have to be that first. Like, I deliver on these live streams. I've been here for years delivering, even when no one's here live. I can see on the back end, people watch, people click the emails, like, people are consuming this and wanting it. And I'm showing up and delivering it like there's 50 people here, even when there isn't. Even if you only have one client, like, you can show up and deliver for that one person like you would for 20. And that is the key. That is what I see so many people get wrong. That is what I'm helping my clients do, is to show up as that 10K version of themselves, or that 20K or 50K version of themselves before they are it, because that is literally what has to happen. Let me take a sec because I get fired up about this. I go to Pilates on Saturdays sometimes, and it's an 8:30 Saturday class, and I'm a weirdo and one of the only people. Usually there's me and maybe one other person. We're basically getting a private class. And these classes, if it were any other time, if it were any other day of the week, they would be booked out for weeks in advance. But because it's Saturday, no one wants to work out that early except for me. I get a private class, and it would be like so disgruntling if I showed up for my class and I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to go, and the instructor was just basically like phoning it in. Like, okay, I'm used to like a full Tuesday morning class, but it's Saturday and there's only 2 of y'all, so like, whatever. Like, I would notice that and I wouldn't want to go. But these instructors still show up on Saturdays at 8:30 when they have 2 people there instead of 20 people there, and they bring it. I get a great workout, and that's why I keep going back. And that's what you've got to do, because the people in front of you matter. Even if they're not a lot of them, even if you only have 4 sign up for your webinar and you wanted 40, those 4 people matter. Even if you only have 1 client and you want 10 or 20 or 50, like, that person matters. You have to show up and serve that person, serve those people just like you would if you had the results that you wanted. And I know the lighting on this keeps going weird, so I don't know if I'm still live streaming or not, but we'll just keep rolling. But that is the biggest piece, is really seeing that you have to show up and be it before you are. And that is something that I love supporting my one-to-one clients with. And it is one of the reasons they get the results that they do, because they really come in questioning and they really need to borrow my confidence. Like the client who made the $6,600 sale within 19 days of working together. I mean, her questions when we came into this were, can I offer this? Will people buy this? Will people pay this? Like, she came in with all those questions, and I'm like, abso-freaking-lutely. Like, I've seen, and I know that you can sell the shit out of this. I know you can make 15 and 20K months very quickly, because I've done it myself. I've supported so many clients to do it as well. She needed to borrow that confidence. She needed to have someone with her, holding her and helping her see that she is that 15 to 20K version first. And that is why I only offer one-to-one. It is why I am so sold on this and what I offer and so excited about it, because nothing out there in the online space compares to this. You can go out there and you can find a template, you can find a PDF, you can binge a podcast. That is all great information. But if you are wanting a transformation and you are wanting to step into that next level version of yourself, you've got to have someone there doing it with you who can reflect to you, because we don't know our own stuff. Like, we can sit there and be like, okay, I have these limited beliefs, I have these blocks, I have these patterns. But most of the time, those are the ones we're aware of. There are so many that we are not even aware of. They're getting us in our own way. And that is why I only offer this one-to-one. I'm actually opening a spot in March. It's a new one-to-one spot. So I've had, a spot that came up for renewal. We have filled that, but this one is brand new. I am in the process of offloading more of my CEO, more just tasks to the VA, not my CEO stuff, but stepping more into that CEO version of myself and handing a VA and a support person more stuff so that I can open new spots. So this is really exciting. This is a new one-to-one spot I'm opening in March. I will drop a best fit call link below. This is literally just for us to see if it's a fit to work together. I keep my roster small. I'm very intentional about who I can work with, who I can support. I even told last month someone that we were not the right fit just for what they offered. They would not get the ROI that I would want them to get, and I'm very honest about that. So I'll put the link below. Didn't really plan on announcing that and talking about it, but that is why showing up before you have the results, and that is literally how you do it. It's not consuming a podcast. It's not consuming someone else's thought leadership. It's not like taking someone's copy and paste template. That's literally not it at all. You are going to sound like everyone else out there. You're going to have the same offer as everyone else out there. You're going to sound like 500 other people offering, doing, saying the same things if you are not showing up as that multi-6, multi-7 figure business owner first, because she has knowledge, she has thought leadership, she has things that you just literally don't have, and you need to step into that version of you first so that you can tap into that, so that you can say the things that are going to magnetize amazing best fit clients to you. It literally doesn't come from just waiting for your business to prove to you, or just waiting for that first client to pay you to tell you and validate what you offer and what you charge in your services. That's not it. You've got to step into that version, that next level version of you first. And for the right person, I would love to support you to do that, because I'm really good at that. And that's one of my favorite pieces of feedback that clients give me is holy shit, I'm operating as the CEO now and not just the service provider. So I don't know what is going on with Penny, but she's fired up today too. My second, kind of piece here that was a very surprising thing was literally just how normal this felt. Crossing the $1 million mark didn't feel crazy. I wasn't doing anything different. I had not changed anything in years. It was the same offer, same funnel, same showing up, same prices, literally everything. And that is why I preached intentional and sustainable businesses and results, because you should create 10K or 20K or 50K months. You should cross the $1 million mark, and it feels so normal. And that's part of that showing up before you are it piece. But it's also just that piece of if you feel unregulated, if it feels like a surprise, if it feels like this crazy, wild win, then you're just not setting yourself up for sustainability. If it's a surprise, you're probably not going to be able to sustain it. If you suddenly get an influx of 50 clients, that is not sustainable. We are creating an intentional and sustainable business. So it being so normal is something I'm so proud of, because I am so regulated in my nervous system. The money is regulated. I feel very good about the 14 to 23K months that I make. I've made consecutive 5-figure months for 48 months in a row now. I lost count, but it's got to feel so normal. And that is so much of the work I'm doing with my clients and helping them see, how is this normal? especially when they're pivoting into a higher ticket, where someone is paying them more, where someone is, signing up to work with them for longer, where they are on the hook for creating more of a transformation with someone and not just giving someone information. This has to be normal in your nervous system, and this is so much of the one-to-one support is, how is this normal? How are we integrating this? How can you see that of course people want to pay this, that of course they want to buy from you, that of course you're making these kind of months and money? Like, it's got to feel so normal or you're going to push it away. There's so much data, so much, statistics about this, and of course I don't have it pulled up because I don't have my notes, but there's so much around, if you've been thinking about people who win the lottery, that's why they lose it. That's why within however many years or whatever amount of time, they're back to where they started, because they didn't regulate it in their nervous system. It didn't feel normal. It didn't feel safe. And that is the work we've got to do to support you to create this over and over and over, and to really integrate how normal it is to be a 7-figure business owner, how normal it is to talk about money, to have the money, to have the team support that it takes to run a 7-figure business or multi-six or whatever you're building to. You want to get yourself out of all these task things, so you having the support to do it is so important. And just being able to see, like, of course people want to buy my offer, of course I put it out there and they want to get it. Like, it has to be so natural and integrated and normal. And that was one of the biggest surprises about creating $1 million, I can say, is how normal it felt. Like, I told my husband, I told my coach, I told my mom, we had like a cheers. But other than that, like, it's really like freaking normal. Like, I saw it in my QuickBooks, and I'd been watching, I had it on my radar for drive me nuts. Had it on my radar, last year. I was like, oh, cool, this is something I need to pay attention to because I'm going to hit it soon. But it was just one day I was like, oh, maybe I should check. And there it was. And it's just so fun to be able to have that, like, normalcy. Like, I didn't feel like I was as neutral about it as you could be to hit the $1 million mark. Like, it's like, of course I hit the $1 million mark. Like, of course I did. And now I'm going to hit 2 million even faster. Like, I know how to do this and run this on repeat, and that feels so freaking good. Let me get this door out of the way here. We're just doing the best we can today. But it just felt so normal. And so that's something I really want you to look at when you're selling your offers, when you're booking clients. Like, how can we make this so normal? And if it doesn't feel normal, if it doesn't feel regulated, if you don't know how you could do it 5 more times, get support. Grab one of my coaching consults. We can talk through this. Because again, it's not that you need more information. Like, you can literally go copy anyone's strategy online. You can literally go, I do not recommend this, and I wouldn't work with you if you were doing this, but you could steal someone's copy. You can steal anything online. It is all out there, but that doesn't work because it's not you. Because it's not you stepping into your thought leadership. It's not you stepping up and being intentional and creating this normal, sustainable 5-figure months business. And so again, grab the coaching consult if that is something you're craving and you've just been stuck trying to copy other people's stuff, or you're stuck listening to people like, oh, well, this podcast said this, or this freebie said this, and this said this. It all works, but it's making it work for you. That's the clincher, and that's why I only offer the one-on-one support. So I think the second thing, so those were kind of the part about being it before you are. That was kind of just a freebie. I actually didn't intend to like go into that, but here we are. My second piece was on clarity. I have created the $1 million, and it felt so normal and it felt so natural because I am so clear at any given time what my focus is. I know what I'm offering. I know what I'm selling. I know how many spots I have open. I know what my sales process is. I know how many people, how I'm reaching my audience. I know how to convert them. Like, I have so much clarity that I'm not out there, and this comes back to like consumption. I'm not out there consuming ads or people's funnels or freebies or webinars or podcasts, because I know at any given point the problem I need to solve, or the kink in the hose, or what I'm focused on, or what is working and how I can go do more of that. Like, I have so much clarity, and that's honestly why I say I am a multi-6-figure a year business owner, because of my 3 kids, not in spite of them. I have to have this clarity. I do not have time to waste. None of my clients have time to waste. Most of them are either parents, or they have another revenue stream, or they have another business that they need to, give attention and time to. Like, none of them just have these wide open amounts of time to just devote to business. And so that's also super helpful for us. I'm like, it's a good news, bad news kind of thing, because then we know exactly what they're focused on, exactly the problem to solve that will move the needle forward in their business, and they don't have to waste time or money trying 500 other things. So that is the second piece of this, is being so clear. I've always been so clear since I've pivoted to high ticket, like same funnel, same offer, same support. It just keeps compounding. It's just that snowball effect that keeps building and creating bigger results on bigger results. One of my affirmations is the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets, because the better it gets, it keeps getting to compound. The more results you have, the more you're able to convert your audience, the better leads that you attract. They just sell themselves on you first, and so they're getting on the calls. They're easy yeses. Like, I see this with my clients when they have that pop moment, and they're literally messaging me like the easy yeses are rolling in, or that was the easiest, smoothest sales conversation I've ever had. And that is the goal. Like, it doesn't have to be hard. I mean, we have these different phases in our business where we aren't attracting the right fit people, so the sales calls do feel harder, and we do have all these objections, and it gets to a point where that's not the case anymore. You just know how to position your offer. You know how to attract the right fit people. They're basically already sold on you before they get on the call, and that is the goal. And that is when business feels so good and so normal and so sustainable and just so easeful. Like, yes, I have challenges in my business, but it doesn't feel activating. I don't feel, like all jacked up. Even with the internet, not working today, I'm like, well, here we are, we're rolling with it. Like, it's all totally fine. My clients have me in their back pocket when they're navigating all these new things. If someone doesn't pay or someone cancels a contract, like, they have me to help them regulate and get back to neutral and have the clarity to move forward, so that when it happens again, it's not nearly as big of a deal. And that makes such a difference in building a multi-6 and 7-figure business. So that's it for today. I'm going to wrap it up. But again, I've got one new one-to-one spot opening in March. I would love to find the right person for this. I know you are out there. I know you've been consuming content for so long. I know you've gotten some results on your own, and that is amazing. And I know how much faster you can get fully booked, how much faster you can pivot and sell out your high ticket offer, how much we can get you in front of your audience, how we can speak to them so they want to get on calls with you, so that they're basically already sold on you before they're even on the call, so that you can have the easy yeses roll in, so that you can have the 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K months happen on repeat, so you can bring the team in to support you and create the infrastructure and create the back end, so that you don't get burned out, and you can keep doing this over and over and over and create $1 million or $2 million or $10 million on your terms with your unique set of values and the way you want to build your business. We can do that together. I cannot wait to see who this next person will be that I get to support. This is just a really fun one for me. I have so many clients who renew, and I love the long-term relationships. That is why they get such amazing results. And it's always fun to bring in a new person. So this will be fun and exciting to see who it is. So grab the best fit call if it sounds like you, if you're ready to actually successfully create, launch, and scale your high ticket offer. And we'll be back next week. See you then.